Hi, this is David Comfort from Democracy Action Network. Did you know that the wealth gap in America is now wider than it's been in decades? It's honestly crazy, but not surprising given the recent political moves. Just this week, the GOP voted to pass a bill that many are calling an immoral and reckless betrayal of our country's values. Ever notice how politicians can spin a narrative to make something harmful sound appealing? Well, that's exactly what happened with Trump's so-called One Big Beautiful Bill, which is more accurately described as the One Big Ugly Bill. In a moment of moral clarity, Representative Don Beyer stood up in Congress and read from the Gospel of Matthew, reminding us of our duty to care for the least among us. The bill, he argued, takes food from the mouths of the poor and health care from the sick. Can you believe that? In a country as wealthy as ours, we're allowing legislation that prioritizes tax breaks for the rich while pushing the most vulnerable deeper into poverty. This is not just a policy failure, it's a moral one. What if I told you that this bill was opposed by nearly every Democrat and even some Republicans? It's a clear sign that the majority of our elected officials recognize the disastrous implications of this legislation. Yet, the GOP chose to ignore the warnings from faith leaders across various denominations who highlighted how this bill would harm asylum seekers and the working poor. Instead of addressing these critical issues, they focused on everything but the content of the bill. It's absurd and deeply unfair that while many Americans are struggling to make ends meet, Congress is transferring wealth from the bottom 10% to the top 10%. Cardinal Robert McElroy, along with other religious leaders, emphasized that the true test of a nation's morality is how it treats those in need. So, where does that leave us? In a situation where the rich get richer and the poor are left to fend for themselves. But here's the inspiring part. This isn't the end of the story. We have the power to change this narrative. Every challenge we face can be seen as a puzzle waiting to be solved. The growing awareness of these injustices is igniting conversations and actions across the country. People are coming together, advocating for policies that uplift the marginalized and hold our leaders accountable. The fight for a fairer, more just society is not just a dream, it's a movement. We can push back against these harmful policies and demand a government that reflects our values of compassion and equity. Together, we can create a future where every person has access to food, healthcare, and opportunity. So, let's channel our frustration into action. Let's organize, educate, and inspire one another. The road ahead may be challenging, but with hope and determination, we can build a better America for all. Remember, we are the change we seek, and together, we can turn these big problems into big solutions. Keep your heads up, stay engaged, and let's keep fighting for what's right. This is David Comfort from Democracy Action Network. Peace. You can sign up for Dan by scanning this QR code.